find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Slot man moves right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got him in, complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Second and 5. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle. In old school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. The Vikings is at 10-6 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Cousins. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Play fake, Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. When they failed on that 3rd down play, that brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll make the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The slot man in motion right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Returnable here from the 38. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. And the Raiders have got him. Maxx Crosby. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Slot man moves right. And the slot man goes in motion left. He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. That's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Carlson able to put this one through, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Vikings, nothing.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. That one caught out wide by Julio. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
From the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Go ahead.
Now Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. In for the sack. Jones.
Brought down back at the 36-yard line.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Cousins now. And this one is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit, and they get one here in the passing game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Raiders 24, Vikings nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
All right, now here we go.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 20. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches. If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Cousins.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go play action. Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll run for it. Cook. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Counter play with Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. This thrown quickly out to Jones.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep for Julio. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here's Cook again.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
56 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
1
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught. A big play there for Minnesota. 48 yards. Cousins to throw it. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ballgame, obviously, coming here in the third quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Cousins will try and throw. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown.
So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to...
He's got a man, complete!
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'll throw again. Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun, here's Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings! From 4 yards out.
And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? Big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. Give him 30 yards there.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year.
And the Raiders are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
The Vikings take over 1st down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Play action now. Cousins.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
On play action, Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Vikings on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Cousins. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Again, it's Cousins.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Raiders are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Vikings 16.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On second down, it's Cook again.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Watch.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Listen to me.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the Raiders have got him.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Talk about two sides of the ball and cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Las Vegas, they earn one final victory and finish the regular season at 13-4.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Minnesota,
the loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses.
And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card.